Yo, random story time, real quick, real quick. Yo, peoples, what's good with you? It's your boy, it's your host, Nas the Innovator. You know, the mouth of the South, the voice of the voiceless, the microphone magician, professional yapper, things of that nature. How y'all feeling? And look, today, like I said, random story time because I just thought about this one time. I thought about this one time when I was like 9 years old, where I went through two crazy ass events back to back, in two different like it was 2 different days, but they was like one day and then nigga the next day, like crazy. Okay, so boom, check me out. So one day, growing up, I was like nine, 10, one of them. Okay, cool. So this is around the time where growing up, when me and my sisters and all that would go to Pop's house, we would try to do something every weekend type shit. This was when we was young and we needed an activity. We couldn't all stay in the house and play the game and chill on our own like niggas can now that we grown and all that shit. You hear me? Okay, so I guess the Universal, the Soul Circus. Now that I don't know if they still come around and all that shit, but the Universal Soul Circus came to the city one time. I was like nine. We was nine, and we went to the circus, of course. So we in a circus. We go to the circus and shit. They do the little voluntary shit. They do the volunteer shit to they do the little volunteer shit. Sometime they might bring some motherfuckers down to come dance or do something like that. So I think one of us got picked, when me or one of my sisters got picked. But we little kids, we scared. We ain't trying to go down there. Fuck that. So take the light off us. Somebody had to go down there though. So I guess somebody like sitting next to us I wasn't going down there. Sitting next to us was going down there and shit. So no, actually, no, yeah. Somebody sitting next to us went down there. I know we ain't go down there though. So we went down there, cool. We went to go get and they was dancing and stuff. And this dancing, this little interlude, because they were getting us ready for the next they was getting ready for the next scene. I don't want to say next scene, but the next act. I think the motorcycle people in the cage was gonna come out and shit. For some reason that shit all the shit in the circus is like this shit's dangerous as fuck for some reason. Like I don't know why. Who the fuck put their life on the line for this shit? But yeah, bro. Because the motorcycle in the cage people, there's like 4, 5 motorcycles getting that bitch, and they driving in this one big ass ball for like 10 minutes, and they go like it just and they not crashing like it didn't make no sense. But so we went, we left. No, matter of fact, we didn't leave. We sat there, and I guess the popcorn man or the cotton candy man started coming around, and we yeah, let's get some of that. Let's get some of that. So we get popcorn and cotton candy. Cool. Now we got the popcorn, cotton candy. We got the sugar rush and shit. Okay, cool. So the museum. I mean, so the Soul Circus in right, and we trying to leave. That bitch packed. I'm talking about that bitch deep. Like this is when Universal Soul Circus was a trend before a trend was a trend. You feel me? Like everybody and their auntie was at Universal Soul Circus, and you didn't really know who you was gonna see at Universal Soul Circus type shit. So so yeah, after that, me and my sisters, we hyped off the popcorn and the cotton candy. So we like, fuck it, let's race to the car. Let's race to the car. But uh, pops and I forgot whoever his girlfriend was at the time. We was 9 years old, so I don't remember all that shit back then. But yeah, we was like, we raced to the car. Um, we raced to the car and shit, and then I guess they not running with us and shit. This just me and my me and my two sisters running to the car. So we racing shit, but we don't know where the fuck the car at. You feel me? So whole time we dip off thinking we finna go to the car. Whole time the car parked on like a whole nother spot, and we don't gotta. Well, I think we had phones. Of course, we had phones, but my shit was dead. I wasn't a electronic kid at this time. I mean, like the only electronics I really cared about was my PSP, and that bitch stayed on my hip all the time. So I had that on me. I had the PSP on me, but the phone was dead, or I left that bitch in the car, or something like that. I didn't have my phone on me though. About my oldest, youngest sister had her phone, and they called her. No, matter of fact, they didn't. I'm skipping too long. We ran around to the car. We get to looking around and shit. We don't see Pop. We like, oh shit, where the fuck this nigga at? So then he get to and he didn't. I don't think he realized that we wasn't there until he got to the car. So he get to calling phones and shit, and then I guess we get to he tried. I guess he tried to call my phone. My shit was dead though. My shit, I wasn't answering, but like it just wasn't there. But like I don't know. Like if I don't answer one time, you don't keep calling because obviously I ain't answer for a reason. You feel me? But so I guess he called my sister. No, my sister called him, I think, and we was just like, man, well, like where y'all at? We was like, where y'all at? You feel me? He lost. He don't know where the fuck we at. We don't know where the fuck he at. So we trying to discuss a landmark to go to so we can meet up and get in the car type shit. But it's hella people out there, so we just like, we ran, we tell him what cars we buy, where we at, and all that shit, so he could just bring the car around type shit. Okay, so eventually he brought that bitch around, but we got lost around the fucking circus, which is that's not nothing too crazy, but at the time, us being 9 years old, that shit was scary as fuck, and it was dark, yeah, at the circus and all that shit, bro. Shit was crazy, bro. And then we get in there, so we get in the car and all this shit. We get in the car after that, and Pops get to try and give us like this big ass lecture, like we was in the wrong, but we weren't the only ones in the wrong type shit. So it was like, so not now, no, because eventually y'all gonna meet my siblings and shit. Now my sister Akila is the one I love both of my sisters dearly. Now let's get this right, but my dog Akila was the one. She was the mouthpiece for us growing up. All the shit we was scared to say, scared to ask for. My dog Akila would have went to go. She let the shit be known until I became the fucking vocal cord of the shit. But now it's times have changed. But yeah, so we get in the car. She get to telling him he giving us lecture and shit, trying to make us feel bad for running off and all that shit, leaving us shit. She hit him with the you need to. I think she said something along the lines of, you need to be a better parent. You should never lost us. which kind of sound like gaslighting or manipulating somehow, some way. But I mean, like, it's facts though. Like, you just allowed us to run off. Like, it took you a little minute to realize that we was gone, and that's the thing. Like, like, what the fuck? You feel me? So so then it was just after that it was just a quiet ride. I'm on my PSP and shit. I'm chilling. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm cooling. So we get to the crib and all that shit. Boom. And it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. So we get back to the house. We had our bags. So after the circus, everybody finna get dropped off. So we fresh off getting lost. And we getting dropped off. We got school tomorrow type shit at this time. So of course, when you go like Sunday, when you go back to the crib after you travel anywhere on the weekend, you first thing you get asked when you walk in the house is, how was the weekend? So then I get to telling OG, like, yeah, it was cool. We went to the circus, we got lost and all that shit. She paused me after you got lost. I'm like, nah. I'm like, Mom. Like, Mom, of course we got lost, but I'm here though. So that's all that matters, because my mom and I wasn't the ones that's going, call and bug about any and every little thing. So like, so she ain't tripping out like that. It was just, she was a little mad though, cause like, how the fuck you let my son get lost type shit, which I understand is very justifiable. It's very understandable, but at the same time, first time parents, shit happens, bro. Nothing too crazy. Okay, so then after that, we get talking about my weekend and shit. I guess OG tell me like, tomorrow we going to to my after school, we going to the zoo or something. I guess it's like my cousin's birthday or some shit, like something like that, some shit. So we go to the zoo and all that, and then we go to the zoo and at this time, I don't know if everybody used to do this, but the zoo, like, you're not niggas is not. We weren't buying food in the zoo, bro. We used to get hella sandwiches, like get the hoagies and all that shit. Get the hoagies, the chips, get the coolers, get like the little Kool-Aid jams and all that shit, the Capri Suns and shit, put them in the coolers. And we used to just leave that shit in the trunk, or we try to we try to eat some first before we go in the zoo, go around the zoo, then come out because we know, kids go, I'm hungry, I want some of this, I want some of that, they know how kids was getting down back then. So we get to eating this shit. Um, I don't know what part I was at. No, okay, so we got in there. We got after like we get to walk around and shit. I want to go see for some reason I want to go see the giraffes and zebras so fucking bad. So I'm bugging my OG like let's go see the giraffes. Let's go see the giraffes. Like they blowing me. Want to go see? They want to go see these stinking ass monkeys and fucking and want to stay at the fucking lions all day. I see these motherfuckers on TV all the time. I want to go see the fucking giraffe. You feel me? I want to go see the niggas with the long necks and shit. The motherfuckers that I actually was amazed at 9 years old. I was like, damn, how the fuck they? I had a creative thinking skill back then too, but it wasn't as as dominant as it is now. So it haven't randomly like some shit had to intrigue me to get me to actually think deep about some shit. So I'm thinking about the giraffe. I'm like, I want to go see the giraffe. So once again, I'm coming off fresh, just getting lost at the circus. I'm like, fuck it, I'm finna go find a giraffe my damn self. I could read and all that shit, so I see the signs like giraffe this way, shit like that. So I come across, along this journey. Of course, I didn't walk. I did walk by myself. I dipped the fuck off. I ain't gonna lie. But so of course, along my journey, I didn't make it too far yet. But I had to stop. I had to go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom. And used the bathroom and all that shit. So I come out the bathroom and it's like, so I walked out the bathroom and like to my left was this little gate. It was a wooden gate though. So I'm standing there. I'm looking for. I think I'm either looking for OG and them. I'm looking for the fam because I didn't make it too far, so I know where the fuck they at. But they not. When I'm looking at the spot, they not there no more. So of course, at this point, I'm officially lost, and I don't have my phone with me and all this shit. Because like I said, I wasn't a big phone kid at around this time. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm in here. I'm out here now. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like I'm out here now. Like I lost them. I dipped off, shit happens. I gotta find them, or I gotta go to giraffes now because OG wanted to go see the giraffe so bad. So of course, if they looking for me, they go to the giraffe. So I try to find my way to the giraffes, and I walk past the gate. I hear a little noise. Okay, so I turn back. I just kept walking fast. I'm like, cause I don't know what the fuck going on. I just walk fast. I hear another noise. Guess what? You won't guess what the fuck it was. A peacock hopped over the fucking fence. So now because I'm flabbergasted at this point because I've never seen a fucking peacock before. I don't know if this motherfucker has hit a fight or if this motherfucker is just like, but when have you ever seen a fucking peacock just walking around the zoo? So now I'm just like, oh shit, we got wild animals now. So now I'm a little scared. I ain't screaming nothing. We having a little stare off. That motherfucker get to walking towards me. I get the, and with no hesitation, I get taking the fuck off. I'm screaming now. It's a bird, it's a bird, a bird. I guess my cousin them heard me and shit. My mom get the NAZ. And I get to find it. It's a bird, chase me, it's a bird, a bird. They what bird? Motherfucking peacock right there staring at my dumb ass like, nigga, the fuck? So then okay, what scared me was he walked towards me and he flared his wing. His feet flared and their feathers up. You know how the peacocks flare their feathers up and shit, like show off they what they call that shit? What they the little patterns and shit from their feathers, bro. So he flicked them bitches. Them bitches made him like appear way much taller than he was. Because at this point, I'm like, I'm like 4 foot something, I'm like, oh shit, I can't fuck with this nigga. That's a bird. First off, I'm like, bro, I'm not even an animal type of guy. I don't like at the crib at this time, granny house and all this shit. They got dogs and cats. I'm scared of them motherfuckers, and they ain't not even nothing to be scared of. But like I'm not scared of them, but like if I get too close to the fucking dog and the dog just like, all up on me making noises and shit, I'm gonna get scared at this time. Like I'm like 9, you know. Remember, I gotta keep rephrasing that I was like 9 years old and shit. So yeah, so I'm like, all right, cool, boom. Then. Hold on, let me slow down. I'm moving too fast, talking too fast, bro. So then, I got chased by the peacock. I get back with the family. I unite with the family. They get to laughing at the nigga I'm just slow. So then they get this dumbass. They get to my I'm cursing now, but just back then we wasn't really cursing, bro. It was so you would make sense of what was saying. Wow, because I can't I will because I'm substituting the shit for cursing, bro. But they basically just telling me like your dumb ass was scared of a fucking peacock. And I guess peacocks don't fight or some shit. Like peacocks not harmful or some shit. How the fuck was I supposed to know that? I've never seen a fucking peacock before. You feel me? So yeah, guess we, you know, this peacock, they never the workers and none of that. They never went to go get this nigga. Like the peacock was just walking around freely because I came across the nigga like 2-3 times. The second time I was a little bit less scared, but it was like nigga, I'm still scared because why the fuck is he still following me or chasing me around at this point? You know? So I'm like, all right, cool. We could deal with that, but I was with the fam and all that shit, so I wasn't really paying him no mind for real. Then so then it chased me another time when so after that we finally made it to the giraffe and all that shit. So we seen the giraffe. That's when I spotted him the second time. Then, after the giraffes, they went to go see the underwater animals, the penguins and all them niggas, all the seals and all them niggas and shit. And them niggas don't really fascinate me too much, but I was definitely fascinated at that time, type shit. So yeah, so we basically finna depart from the zoo, and guess who I come across again? I come across my friend because before black people leave any event or leave anybody's house or anything, they ask or they tell you to use the bathroom because ain't no bathroom on the way. So of course, even if you don't gotta use the bathroom, they used to make you use the bathroom. So we go back to the bathroom anyway. I'm using the bathroom. I'm like, all right, cool. Come back out the bathroom. The peacock's in front of the fucking door. Now this time I'm not by myself, so I'm not tripping. I'm like, all right. So I got all my cousins with me, at least all my boy cousins with me. Got all my boy cousins with me, but I'm the oldest that was with us at this time. So of course, if I'm scared, they ain't got no choice but to be fucking scared. Cause what the fuck we gonna do? So I'm just sitting here. I don't want to scream or nothing to try to alarm, fight or flight mode in this peacock because I don't know what the fuck the peacock could do. And at 9 years old, I'm never a confrontational person. So at 9 years old, I was kind of like a punk in a way, like besides when I was wrestling and when I started doing karate or MMA. Well, I mean, like not MMA, like karate or kickboxing. I was like, in my downtime, I was just a chill kid. I wasn't really doing too much, but then yeah. So the peacock was just sitting there. But after a while, he dipped off. Like he just started walking off. I guess because one of the workers had seen him and shit. So it was funny as hell. They started running off, and then the workers started chasing the peacock and shit. And then we ran towards our parents and shit, scared because the peacock. But I started laughing because I'm like, bro, I've been interacting with this peacock all fucking day, and now everybody's scared because it's more than one kid involved now. You feel me? Which was kind of crazy, but shit, I guess it'd be like that anyways. So yeah, chased by the peacock and shit, and I was just like, cool. Now I can't lie to you. The peacock was pretty as hell. That motherfucker was cold. I don't know. I don't never be able to know how to tell genders of animals, but yeah, bro. Whatever the fuck it was, that motherfucker was cold. I ain't gonna lie. And yeah, bro. But that was it. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's that gotta be one of the craziest things that happened while I was at the zoo. Bro, another crazy thing, bro, that happened while I was at the zoo, bro. And this is some wild, like it's some wild shit. Like not even wild shit like that, but wild for at the time, you know. So another time we went to the zoo. This time I went to the zoo on a field trip. I forgot what grade it was, because the zoo is a field trip that nigga every school goes on multiple times, and until you graduate elementary school. Like the zoo is you're gonna get at least 2, 3 zoo field trips every school year, basically. Or that's how it was back when I was in elementary school. So we go to the zoo one time, and of course, we got to bring our own lunches. We put our lunches in. We didn't have. They didn't. The zoo don't give us like they didn't give us like this zoo, because I'm saying this zoo because the last zoo. Usually when you go on a field trip, they have like these. They bring you these little bins so you can put your lunches and stuff in, so they can keep it cool and bring it to you when it's time for us to go to lunch and shit like that. But this zoo, we just had our shit in the bag and we just carrying our shit around. Niggas had lunchbox bags at this point. I had one of the coldest lunchbox bags. I had my shit had Rey Mysterio, John Cena, and Batista on it on God, and that shit. It was one of them. You could scratch it, but you could scratch it and it looked like it's moving. I had one of them type of not scratch it, but you could scratch it and it make some type of noise. But when you move it, like when you move the lunch bag, it look like they moving a little bit, like they doing a little action or something. I had one of them lunch bags. I was like I said, I was a wrestling fiend at this time. I was listening to the wrestling story I told you, but so I had one of them lunch bags, and we was doing at this time, high school. Well, not high school. All around, boys just being boys. We being dickheads to each other without really knowing we being dickheads. So we fighting over lunch boxes and shit. And while they tussling, we battle monkeys and shit. They tussling over lunch boxes. Why one little kid got his lunchbox tossed into the monkey den. So how the fuck he got his shit back? I don't know. I think one of the workers went to go get it or something. But bro, like that shit was crazy. Like, how the fuck do you manage to throw somebody's lunchbox into a fucking monkey den? And if you know how the monkey cage or the monkey den or whatever the fuck it is when you in the at the zoo. I'm not talking about the ones on the inside, the ones with all them trees and shit. I'm talking about the ones on the outside. There's trees on the outside too, but I'm saying like they got that big net. They got a big net in front of their shit. And then and then all the monkeys and shit on the trees up top and all that shit. So they got it like that. So I guess one of the workers, I can't remember vividly how he got his shit back, or if he got his shit back, because I don't think he might have got it. He might have not got his shit back, but he had to eat lunch somehow. So I don't know. But yeah, bro, that shit was crazy. At this was back when field trips we used to have, partners and motherfuckers we had to hold hands with the whole time. So we walk in single file lines and shit, but hold the hands with a motherfucker, and it's like this my field trip partner. They didn't never. At least I can say they didn't match us up, by gender, and they matched us up like boy girl, boy girl, boy girl, boy girl for the partner. Unless you had, and I don't think they allowed us to trade partners. Well, they didn't allow me to trade partners, but it's okay. I think everybody else was able to trade partners. But I took time like that, the little field trips and shit I took that. That was my early tryout for dates. Basically, like first grade, second grade, third grade. We started being able to be on our own, like middle, third grade, like fourth grade and shit. Like so up until that point, every field trip we got to hold hands with a motherfucker, sit on the bus. Well, we can sit on the bus, whatever, but we got to hold hands with a motherfucker and all that shit. I was taking all that, like whoever my girlfriend was in the grade, nigga, every field trip you with me, for like type shit. We was doing it, so I'm glad they cut that shit off because after a while I wanted to have fun at the field trips with the guys and shit. We was growing up like this. The law and shit you go through growing up be crazy as hell, but you know it's a good thing though. But yeah, that was two random story times I really just thought of that was back to back. The cohesive, it happened within the same 24-hour time span, I guess you could say that. But I'm trying to think of like what's another one. I mean, that's really it. If I come up with if my thought if my brain allows me to if my brain sends me a thought of well not a thought a memory of another story time of what I've been through, then I'll be able to pick it up and tell y'all again because it's so many hilarious things that have occurred in my lifetime that if I don't like that if you wasn't there you wouldn't really believe the shit. Which I mean it'd be like that sometimes, and that's why I make sure I put all my shit, not all my shit, but I make sure I try to record and put some of my shit on social media when I can, because you never know. Like if I experience some shit in real life daytime nowadays, I gotta have some evidence because motherfuckers be thinking I'm lying for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, shit used to get wild. Not wild, but shit used to be very very fun and interesting. But that's really it. I'm gonna wrap that one up. We gonna sign out right here. It's your boy Nas, Nas the Innovator. I go get y'all the rundown with the rundown again. But thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. And love y'all. Peace. We out.